Good day, everyone, and God bless all of you. My name is Dr. Alex British Chinedu Tasie from Ishopo Ancient Kingdom, which is in Ikwere local government area of Rivers State of Nigeria, West Africa. I am a writer, a musician, a filmmaker, a football coach, a historian. I like using the article A instead of an historian. That is jaw-breaking to me. And I am also a multi-dimensional thinker. I am a self-appointed, self-acclaimed president of the Nigerian semi-educated people. The people in Nigeria that you say and think are not well-educated people, are not highly educated people. I am a proud, self-appointed, self-acclaimed president of that group in Nigeria. I am a popular, pronounced, and prominent Ikwere historian. And I am popularly called Professor of Native Intelligence. What I have here to talk about is the composite history of Igbo people. The composite history of Igbo people. What I mean here by composite is the segmented, the fragmented, the departmentalized, the branch by branch histories of the people who make up what we call the Igbo ethnic nation in the world. The Igbo ethnic group in the world. Yes, the Igbo ethnic group is here taken as a case study. But this kind of presentation also concerns other ethnic groups all over the world, whether Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Ikwere, the English, the Akan, the Ashantis, and all other ethnic groups all over the world. They share in the same kind of exposition that I am making here. The Igbo ethnic group, as I know of it, is a nation, a geographical space, a people, their culture and their language found mostly in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Yes, some people say that the Igbo spread also reaches the areas across the Niger, some parts of what we call Calabar or Cross River State, some areas in the northern region of Nigeria, and the Rivers province. That's what some people say. That all the people who speak the language called Igbo, who bear the names called Igbo, who practice the cultures, of Igbo people, are ultimately Igbo people. So that's the definition. As far as I know too, the Igbo ethnic nation is a nation in the world that boasts of vibrant people, wonderful people, magnificent in nature, prolific in nature, charismatic people, rich people, well-educated, exposed, intelligent people, and highly, commercial, and successful people in so many areas of life. That is my assessment of Igbo land. Well, some people will say that there are other notable characters of the Igbo people that is insignificant here. Every group of people in the world, has also some people with such, human defects. So, in Igbo land, as vast as it is, as big as it is, as populous as it is monolithic in nature, is colossal, massive in my own assessment. And I am aware through history research, profound investigation, that there are so many people who call themselves Igbo people. And one thing that is natural and significant here to state is that as vast as Igbo land is, as populous as Igbo land is, as big as Yoruba land is, the Hausas, the English, the Igbo ethnic nation, that not one man and one woman, or one man and his wives can form a society, can form an ethnic group, can form a tribe. This is my finding. One man, one woman cannot give back to all the people in a particular ethnic group. It is not possible. It is not also plausible. So in Igbo land, as we have it in other, several ethnic groupings in the world, one man, one woman cannot found, cannot establish a society, a tribe. In the case of Ikwere, for example, Ebeye, Oba, Oguta, Anioma, Aniocha, Onitsha, Ogwashuku, Kwale, Abo, Eka, and some others across the Niger, they say it and say it loud that they are not originally Igbo people. The people of Nsukka say it and say it loud that they are originally not Igbo people. The people of Enugu Ezike say it that they are not Igbo people. You know why? I have been trying to emphasize this. I've been trying to make people understand the line that I told when I discuss, a history of this kind, whether in relation to Ikwere or to any other group associated with Igbo people. You know why? Yes. What they say is that as big as Igbo is, that it is not possible that one founder gave birth to all the people you see as Igbo people. That it is not possible. It is not also agreeable that one man and his wife or his many wives gave birth to all the people you see, you call, you know and term as Igbo people. That is what I have been saying since. Now, let us go into the nitty-gritty of this issue, the crux of this issue, the heart and the soul of this issue. In Igbo land, there are different nations in Igbo land. There are different nations in Yoruba land. There are different nations in Ijaw land, Hausa, and every other ethnic group, even in Ikwere land. Everybody in Igbo land is not as the same with each other. Historically, that is the point I have been making in all my episodes. Your root may not be my root, but we have come together. In Yoruba land, for example, the Igbo people, the Aworis, the Ijebus, and so many other nations came together to form the Yoruba ethnic nation. How they assumed, adopted a particular language is something that is mystifying. No one can explain. But they are not one people, originally. In Ijaw land, for example, an Okrika person in Rivers State says that he or she is from Ijaw ethnic nation. Kalabari person, Ibani person in Rivers State of Nigeria sees himself or herself as an Ijaw person. If you ask that person how he or she is related to Obia person, to Brass person, the person may not answer accurately, may not also know. Ask an Okrika person. You say you are an Ijaw person. He or she says yes. How are you related to the Epie people, to the Abua people who also claim Ijaw, ancestry? That person may not tangibly give you any good answers. Now let us come back home to Igbo land. I have been trying to emphasize on this issue, and people are not keying in. They have not taken time to bring their heads down to see what I am talking about, whether it makes meaning or not. Of course, every human being is not the same. Some dunda hairs, shallow-minded people, shallow-headed people will argue. Doesn't matter. You're not making sense. Technically, academically, bring down your head and see if I am making sense. The people of Idoma are claiming some parts of Ebonyi people. The Anang and the Ibibios are claiming the Ngwa people. I have met several of them. Some Igbo people and some Efiks are claiming the Arochukwu people as their people originally. The Igala people are claiming the Nsoka people as their people. Also claiming the Enugu Ezike people, as well as the Eda people claiming the Enugu Ezike people too. The Benin people, the Edo people are claiming those who speak Igbo language across the Niger. In the Rivers province, they say mostly that they are connected historically to Benin. The question becomes, who really is an Igbo person? It is not possible, as I have severally said, that one man founded what we call the Igbo ethnic nation, the Yoruba ethnic nation, Igbo ethnic nation, the Ijaw ethnic nation. It is not possible. Even in England, I tell you that more than half of the people you call English people are originally Romans by origin. When the Romans colonized England, some of them did not leave after their independence. And many Roman people, especially their soldiers, impregnated so many English people and gave them bastards. The English language today that you see and call English language is a composition of different languages. We have the Greek language there, we have the Roman language, we have the Germanic language, and so many others. Today, they have all composed one unique language called English language. In Igbo land, for example, have you taken time as an Igbo person? You call yourself an Igbo person. Shelve the general history. Particularize your own history. Ask yourself this question. I am from Ngwa in Igbo land. How did I become Ngwa? And how did my people come to settle in the place called Ngwa? I am from Old Bende. Where did my people come from to settle here? Coherently, rationally, logically, sensibly, see if you can make that connection. Pick a cradle of your choice, whether Arochukwu or Ngri. See if you can connect your history, your people to that cradle. That is what I have been talking about since. I have no problem, and Ikore people too have no problem with the language you call Igbo. Although we call it Ikore language, it is the same. We have no problem and quarrel with the names we all bear. What we are talking about is what are our origins before coming together to compose the nation you call Igbo ethnic nation. Amekau, dear. So many years of research has brought me to this kind of sensibility. What is the history of your people? You are from Owerri. You are from Okigwe. You are from Ohafia, Abreba, Isukwato. You are from Newi, Oka, Anioma, Olo, whatever. What is the story about your people that you have heard? Where did your people come from? Who gave back to your ancestors? This is how you know what I am talking about. And I bet you, I challenge you that by the time you begin to reason this way, you will arrive the way I have arrived. You begin to think the way I think. It is not about, oh, Igbo came from here, Igbo came from there. That is not what I am concerned. It is because of this lack of knowledge that, confusion has set in. The issue about Igbo history is now shrouded in confusion. You ask somebody from Mungwa, where did Igbo come from? The person does not know. You ask a Newi person, where did Igbo come from? The person does not know. Because of sentiment and hegemonic interest, Anambra person will tell you, oh, the rest of Igbo came from Nri, because Nri is in Anambra. Aro Chukwu will tell you, oh, Aro is Aro Okibo, the first, the headquarter, the first son, the originator of Igbo land, to suit himself or herself. What is the history of your people? How did you settle? How did you arrive at the place you are today? These are the questions that I delved in that have brought me to the level I am today in reasoning. You reason A, I reason B. Technically, logically, good historians, when they make their research, they ask questions. I come back home to my people. Papa, Mama, where did my people come from? My people say, my people or our people are connected to so place. Okay. How are we related to our neighbors? Symbiotically. How are we related? Biologically, how are we related? You ask questions. Don't just say, I am Igbo. If they ask you the history of your place, you cannot explain. Just recently, I asked 6 persons from Arochukwu, tell me about how Arochukwu evolved. They said they don't know. Or what they know that they are Igbo people. Igbo land is a geographical expression identifying the people who are there, who speak the language called Igbo and all that. What about their origin? That is what we are talking about. Some time ago, the former governor of Imo State, in the person of Chief Ikede Ohakim, told the whole world that Igbo people came from Egypt. Some other people say Igbo came from Nri. Some others say Igbo came from Benin. Some others say Igbo came from Israel. Confusion. How can we have a common history of Igbo people? Because there is lack of this adequate knowledge as to where you come from. What did your parents tell you about your place and settlement? What was the first place that you people originated from before settling at the place you settled today? These questions are very pertinent, essential questions to know your originality, your aboriginal status in Igbo land. Who are you in Igbo land? Are you part of the Alemasrim? Those who came from different areas into Igbo land, liked the place and integrated? Are you part of those, bought as slaves and brought into Igbo land? Are you an original son of Igbo land? Are you a friend of Igbo nation, Igbo people? Were you captured, or your people captured during warfare, during conflict? And now people settled. Ask yourself your history, your origin in Igbo land. That is what I have been talking about. My dear brother, my dear sister, if you begin to reason this way, you will not see me as an enemy again. I am not interested in what name do you bear, what language, do you use, do you speak. That is not what I am interested in. All the episodes that I present this kind of, similar position, all I emphasize is that no big nation anywhere in the world was founded by one man, one woman. That people came from different directions for different purposes to be part of that society. That is all that I have been saying. It's just like America. The whole world is there, but it is a common nation. In Nigeria, it is a common nation with different ethnic groups to form a country. You think that all the people who call themselves Hausa people are from one womb, one mother, one father? Is it possible and plausible to you? Sensibly reason. Is it possible that all the people who call themselves Ashanti people in Ghana are born by one mother, one father? No. That is what I mean by composite history. Different groups make up a society. Different nations come together to make up a society, a tribe. So what are the origins of those tribes that came together? Or you say did not come together from different areas, that they were all born by one person. What is the name of that person? I have always said it here that Igbo was not the name of anybody. It is not even an alias, an epithet, a pseudonym, a nickname, a guy name of anybody. Igbo does not represent the name of the founder of Igbo land. Igbo land means simply bush area. Igbo people originally call it Ubo. The Yorubas call it Igbo, meaning the same. So it is a geographical, expression used to identify a people. So in that geographical expanse, inhabited by people as large as the people we call Igbo people today, where did they all come from? Go home. I am giving you a task. Go and find out the origin of your people. If you do that, then you have understood your origin in Igbo land. Before you begin to call yourself Igbo, I am an Igbo, ask yourself whether truly you are an Igbo person. In Ikwere, where I come from, there are certain communities, there are certain families that are not original. Let me tell you here that in Ikwere land, where I come from, the whole of Ikwere land, about 70% of the people come from the slave elements. Only about 30% of Ikwere people are original people. And how do you know this? In every Ikwere community you go to, or family you go to, any family that cannot carry or hold the traditional scepter called Owo is not original. Any family that its member cannot go to the community shrine, the central shrine of the community, and libate there is not original in Ikwere. So when we have about 30% as original and about 70% as fake people who are there, all of them are called Ikwere people. In Igbo land, find out whether you are an aborigine, whether you are a standard Igbo person, or you are Ofeke. Find out. It is not enough. I am Igbo. I am Igbo. No. Find out the root of your people. Go home. Take it as a task. Ask your mother, your father, your uncles, the elderly people in your community. Please tell me, where did our people come from? You see this thing that I'm asking you here? I have told it to more than 300 persons, and they were all perplexed, all bewildered, shocked. They told me they have never thought of it this way. Go home. You are from Bano. Ask your people. How did we come to be called Mbano people? And how did we arrive here? You are from Okigwe, from Newi, from Enugu, Nkano, wherever. Ask this question. How did our community evolve? Who was the original ancestors to our people? Where did he or where did they all come from? Connect it to the thing, to the area you think possibly was the root of migration. That is the position that I have been talking about. To the lay person, oh, for the fact that you speak Igbo, you are Igbo. For the fact that you bear Igbo names, you are Igbo. Okay. And the argument continues to rage on. Nobody agrees. Equally person sees you as somebody who is not his brother, his sister, biologically. You see an equal person, you see an Ebe person as somebody who is not, connected to you as a brother, as your sister. You are not convenient and comfortable when you are with that person. Why? Because you have not settled your origin to align with his own. If equal person sees any person from Ohaji, the person feels very, very free. And so many other areas that agree that they and equal people have common history. As far as Ngwa is concerned, and so many other places, equal people do not see them as their brothers, as their sisters, even if they speak the same language. Even if they bear the same names, the same terms, it doesn't matter. What is the origin of your people? If we begin to look at this from this front, of course I know that confusion will set in. Disagreements will now coming. Alignment, will now begin. Alignment and disalignment and all that will now begin to erupt in the whole thing. It is true. So many people who belong to some of the major ethnic groups all around the world have not really delved into this aspect. They just tie themselves to the general history of their nations and forget that they have their own individual histories, composite histories that they are supposed to share with the people of the world. Yes, there are so many things that have not been unearthed. Yes. So, what is the origin of your people? Where did your people come from? What stories did you hear about their origin, about their roots before they settled at the place they settled today? Find out where you came from. If you begin that, you have started to know your origin in Igbo land and in the world. And you also begin to know the people you call your brothers, your sisters. In Igbo land, seemingly, everything is not in order. You find interest here and there. Why do we have such interests? Why don't we have common interests? Because maybe we see ourselves as not one people. It is a fact. You may say it is a lie, but that's the fact. Critically, look at this matter. Is everybody the same with the other? In Yoruba land, is everybody there the same with the other? In Igbo land, is everybody there the same with the other? No. One people as a subgroup have their own history. Nsukka has its own history. People of Umunoha, my maternal home, they have their own history. Let them tell us their histories. Connect it to the common history of everybody. Let us look at it. Expose your history. Tell the world how you have come to be, how your people have come to be, where they came from, who are their brothers, who are their sisters, how you relate with your neighbors or how you are related with your neighbors. The people around you, how are you related? I went to Umunoha, my maternal home, and I asked them, how are you people related with the Ifakala, the Ifakala people, the Afara people, the Omaka people? They told me they don't have any relationship with them. See Umunoha, the next door neighbor is Ifakala. And Umunoha people said they don't have any relationship with the Afara people, with the Ifakala people, with the Omaka people, with the Maben people, with the Obako people. In the same area. How are you related? How did you come to be? Where did you come from to be called an Igbo person? This will be interesting to know. I urge you, I implore you to make yourself known so that you now see whether the position of Igbo people and other people is correct or not. You see them as your enemies. Why do they say they are not Igbo people? Why do they say they are not from our people? No, they are not saying that they hate Igbo or Igbo people are not their people. No, biologically they are not one people. Originally they are not one people. That is what they are saying. Your history may not be connected to my own history. Your origin may not be connected to my own origin. That is the matter. You may come from the northern part into Igbo. I may come from the southern part into Igbo. Are you saying? You may call everybody Igbo. Okay, but some people will still begin to ask themselves questions. Where did we come from? And by the time they find out where originally their people came from, they will build more relationship there. That is the truth. Ask yourself, ask your people, what is our origin in Igbo land, in Yoruba land, in Ijo land, in Ogoni land, in Hausa, in Yoruba? Ask yourself where you came from to settle at the place we find you people today. That is the quest that Igbo people began so many years ago and arrived at their position that they came from Benin. They are not saying that Igbo people are their enemies. No. Their root is connected to so place. Where did your own root begin? Your own root as an Igbo person, where did it begin from? Connect it. Tell us where you came from to be called an Igbo person. How your people evolved to be Igbo. Find the ground, find the source, connect your people to that place. Then we will begin to know that truly you are an original Igbo person. And Mikal, dearly, my presentation is not to disparage any ethnic group, to insult, to abuse, no. I do what I do for the purpose of education. I like to teach. I am a professor in the University of the World. I teach because I write, I study, I research. And when I do this, technically, rationally, I begin to merge, begin to ponder over the things that I have studied. And one of them is this issue of human origin, migration, and settlement. Anika, dearly. My name again is Dr. Alex British Chinedu Tasie. In case you want to ask me some questions, publicly, privately, you want to phone me for external discussions, symposium, and all that, I am free. And the contact number is +234 806 369 3609. And that is also my WhatsApp number. May God Almighty continue to bless all of you. Amen.